The 15-page summons and complaint describes Joran as a sexual predator who sexually assaulted Natalee. Against the advice of his attorney and his parents, van der Sloot agreed to respond to the allegations.
In the lawsuit, it suggests that your parents knew that you were basically a sexual predator. Do you accept that?
I'm not a sexual predator, and my parents don't know what I do when I go out.
His father, Paul, is also named and blamed for helping Joran and his friends deceive authorities and Natalee's family.
The lawsuit says your father knew that you and your friends were coming up with a story and that he helped you do that. Is that true?
No, that's not true at all.
Did he know that you all were planning on lying?
No.
Did he know at any point that the Holiday Inn story wasn't true?
No.
You don't think your father ever knew that the Holiday Inn story was false before he told police?
I think I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Joran's father also denies the allegations, but in the lawsuit, this central allegation is about Joran, that Natalee is not the first girl to fall prey to him.
What do you make of the allegations that have come up about other girls in your past who allege that you tried to get over on them with date rape drugs?
That's ridiculous, and there's not one girl that has ever come forward or said anything like that, and there's not one girl that will ever come forward and say anything like that because it's just not true.
Have you ever given a girl a drug?
No, never.
Have you ever gotten a girl drunk so that you could then make advances on them?
No, never.
In fact, the lawsuit claims that there are 3 alleged date rape incidents, but the victims are not named, and these claims have not been substantiated by ABC. Joran has never been charged with any such offense.
The lawsuit says, kept against her will, Natalee was sexually assaulted, fondled, touched without her consent by you and your accomplices over and over again as she drifted in and out of consciousness. Is that what happened?
No, that's not true at all.
What happened?
Everything we did was consensual.
I think there's always the possibility that Joran, being the ever-present entrepreneur, saw Girls Gone Wild videos that he could make, perhaps with himself as the star.
The question remains, what happened to all the footage that was taken of girls? Because it was not found on Joran's PC or on his friends' computers. Were the pictures and videos erased, or were they given to someone else? Someone who knew to make money with Joran's amateur porn flicks. To answer that question, the FBI appears to have been investigating a man from Miami.
What airlines paid out the most,
This Paul B. lived and worked on Aruba in 2005, operating under the alias Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink was a business owner here in Aruba. He had opened a water sports company, actually, and unbeknown to most of us on the island, he was luring girls not just from Aruba but from other places to come down to Aruba to be in films, kind of promising them to be models. The reason why his name was brought into the investigation was because his website was very explicit. It showed a lot of pictures of various different girls. It seemed to be mostly American girls, young, and in locations that you can see right here at the Fisherman's Huts on the beach, and in different resorts here on Aruba.
There appears to be another link to the porn business. On the night that Natalee vanished, Joran has downloaded 2 X-rated movies from his home PC. These films were produced by Reality Kings, a company from Miami. Why did Joran visit their website in the early morning? And what is the link to Mr. Pink? According to the police files, the FBI has checked Mr. Pink's phone records to find out just that.
What they were doing was looking for linkage analysis. They were trying to say, if this guy is a pimp or was making sex tapes, if we can't show he had direct telephonic contact with the 3 suspects in this case, maybe there was an in-between person. So they would be looking for the linkage from Mr. Pink, maybe to somebody else, to Joran or one of the Cointelpro brothers.
When we find Mr. Pink, he has the following to say.
The only thing I did is, at that time, I did put up a website. I was going to go into making adult movies, adult X-rated movies. I never made a movie in my life, but I wanted to. I never produced anything, but I was. I mean, I'm going to admit to you, I was going to, but it was all legal in the USA. They're saying I was friends with Sloot and stuff. I never met the kid. In the whole time I was on the island, I never ran into him, talked to him. And people said I was interviewed by the police. No one interviewed me.
So you were not interviewed by the FBI?
No. I was never one.
Well, I think that it's quite a coincidence, but in the same time, I know that the police did investigate it. They were able to find the owner who actually Mr. Pink was, and they tapped his phone records, and they did what they could do to put a relationship together. But I do not believe that they were able to build any kind of a case regarding Joran filming girls and reproducing them or selling them.
Detectives couldn't find the connection between Joran and the porn industry, but the question remains how thorough their search was, because Mr. Pink was not even interrogated.
During this undercover interview, Joran also states that he has written a 500-page tell-all book in prison. The two-part edition features details on the disappearance of Natalee Holloway and his addiction to gambling. Although he explains the book will be explosive and potentially dangerous, he would like to sell it to the highest bidder to be able to provide for his family.
Corrigeren. Ja. En dan moeten we op een dag misschien uitbrengen. Ik denk dat wat ik erin schrijf, dat ik nog kwaad kan doen.
Het gaat eigenlijk voor twee laden. Ik leg dus uit hoe ik een groep mensen leer kennen op de casino's, dat ik altijd naartoe ga bij Aruba. En het is toch altijd voor mij het grootste probleem geweest, het gokken. Ja. Ik maak geen grapje. Toen ik in Thailand woonde, maakte ik meer dan $1000 per dag.
Vergokte je?
En vergokte ik ook gewoon.
Ja.
Ik vergokte het weer net zo makkelijk. Ja. Ik nam het van casino's en ik vergokte het weer net zo makkelijk. Ik vertel ook wat dingen dat ik nooit eerder heb verteld, omdat de andere mensen me toch altijd...
Geen relatie tot de dingen waar je eerder mee in verband bent gebracht, verdenkingen, dus Natalee Holloway en andere dingen?
Het begint natuurlijk wel, ja. En daarna is het helemaal de andere kant op gegaan. Ja. Maar zelfs in het boek dat ik heb geschreven noem ik geen naam.
In relatie tot die zaak?
Ja, noem ik een bepaalde persoon bijvoorbeeld baas in plaats van voor zijn echte naam. Maar ik weet zeker dat als ik dat boek publiceer, dan wil justitie wel de namen van die personen weten. Ja. Daar heb ik geen twijfel aan. Daar twijfel ik niet aan. Ook andere dingen waar mensen nooit iets van hebben afgeweten. Hoe ik bijvoorbeeld altijd aan geld ben gekomen. Met de verhalen die ik heb verteld, geloof je dat nooit, maar het is wel waar. Grijp, hè? Als ik dit boek schrijf, dan is het ook over, hè?
In welk opzicht?
In elk opzicht dat je je maar voor kan stellen.
Maar dat snap ik niet.
Dan wordt die zaak ook gewoon opgelost. Dan wordt die ook gewoon gesloten, dan is het ook gewoon raar.